It's actually interesting that you brought it up, because I was thinking today, like, someone was complaining about their boring job, and I was thinking about it. I was like, I haven't been bored at work in, 3 years now? 4 years? However long I've been doing this full time?
You've never been bored.
Fuck no. Why would I be bored?
You can't be bored here.
No. And it's like, it's crazy how, like, it's almost like depression when you're bored, like, for 8, 9, 10 hours a day. Like, it got me so fucking depressed. And I was just like, you guys get to go, you were not complaining, but there's always shitty parts about every job. But I don't think you're ever, I don't think Joey's ever bored on stage.
I never get bored.
Well, here's the problem.
There's stress to it.
Again, if the IRS comes to you tomorrow and says you owe me $200,000, then you call your agent and you go, you know what? I'm on the road every fucking week.
Yeah.
And two things are going to happen. You're going to improve, but you're going to get sick.
Irritable.
You'll get irritable. Once you pay the IRS, you'll never work comedy again. You'll be so burnt out.
Yep.
I like to work, and I'll tell you, you have no idea how fortunate we are to do what we do. If you really break it down, if you get up at 6 in the morning and just go to a 7-Eleven and just sit there, get coffee, and sit in your car and smoke a joint, you'll see how lucky we are that we're doing what we're doing, okay? Whether it's your dream or not, because there's people that really are busting their ass for no money.
For fucking
no money. And it breaks your heart. But you made a decision, and you suffered also. I lived in a car. I had warrants. I couldn't pick up the phone because I owed everybody. I go to comedy clubs, and they go, somebody coffee. I knew it was a collector because they look at web pages now. They'll look at a web page now. I had a friend that was wanted by the IRS. By the time he got to every club, his money, they already told him, they wanted me to tell them what I was paying you, and they already took the money out.
Oh, my God. That's just
They don't fuck
crazy.
around. In comedy, it does not fuck around. There's no insurance people on the road. There's really nothing. So the tide flips, or one day you have the ability, you're not going to have it for long. In comedy, you don't have that big window for long.
Mm-mm.
That's why you have to do all the opportunity. For some people, it could be 7 years. For some people, it could be 3 years. It depends on the depth of your comedy and how good you are as a comedian, how you're able to adapt. And there's just so many fucking variables. But I know this. When I did an 8-weeker last year.
Jesus.
That by the end,
you're a different person.
You're a different. You look at stand up in a different way. And I always tell this to people that I wish I never made $1 doing this. Like, if I had another chance to do this, the best advice is somebody could have came up to me and said, listen, do me a favor. Don't think about that shit. Keep coming down here every week. Do your 10 spots.
Don't think about that.
We'll MC you. And if you definitely don't want to leave and all that shit, this becomes more fun for you.
Yep.
I had fun in 1982 and 1981, 1980, eating drugs and giggling and robbing people with my friends in Northburg. And then I left in 83, and I didn't have fun again for a long time. And there's times now when I'm like, look how bored of a life I live. But if I really look at my life, I look at that time I spent in Seattle and Denver. Denver not as much because I got thrown out of Denver, that comedy scene.
Why?
Because Denver at the time was very limited, and the comics worked a certain amount of work. Anybody who worked out of that loop, they really didn't like.
Wow.
Like a certain room, or what do you mean by that?
So in those days, you worked triple runs. You worked the guy out of Dallas, his one-nighters. You worked Kansas City Stanfords. And you worked the 4 clubs in Denver. There was rooms you worked. If you worked like the Funny Bone in Idaho or San Francisco, you were considered weird. They had their own little circle. And then at the Comedy Works, I got accused of sexual harassment from some girl that jumped on me, and I went to grab her, and the manager saw me grab her ass, which when she jumped on me, I grabbed her ass because she landed. I mean, if you go to the Comedy Works, it's on a slantly. It's little stairs. So she ran down and goes, look who it is. And she jumped. I knew the girl. I knew the girl real well. But the manager contacted her the next day. The manager and me were at the same point in comedy. We were getting star spots.
The manager was doing stand-up?
Yeah, like the assistant manager. And he called her the next day and said, I think you should press charges. She contacted an attorney, but there was no charges to press, nothing. I mean, the girl was my friend. She even called me afterward and apologized. She felt bad, but she goes, the guy made her do it. And at that time, you know what? I was looking to leave, so it was an excuse, so it was perfect. But my time in Seattle, that 18 months, even though I got arrested 5 times.
It's a good ratio. That's good math.
Oh, my God. Even though I got arrested 5 times and I spent maybe 6 weeks, 7 weeks in jail in the county, King County Jail, it was one of the most... My fucking niece.
You're blazing up.
It was one of the... compared to how I grew up and where I grew up, this was one of the most enjoyable times of my life. Even though I lived in an office, I took showers at the gym. They had at the end of the office, they had a window like that, a bathroom like this.
Yeah.
No, they didn't even have a bathroom. They had one that washes your hands, but they would lock it at night. So at night I'd have to pee out my window and shit out my window. If I wanted to shit, I had to stick my ass out the window like this and put the window on my back so I wouldn't fall backwards. Fucking tremendous. You can't write this.
You shit out of a window?
Shit out of the window.
In an office?
In an office. And wipe my ass and throw the toilet paper off the window in the bucket and then take it to the bathroom. And unbelievable.
That sounds very, like, you're acrobatic.
It was amazing.
Did anyone come up to your office and be like, someone's shitting outside?
No.
Yeah, where'd that shit go?
Nothing.
How far up were you?
Who knows? 2 floors.
And did you ever go down and see, like, shit streaks in the window?
I looked through the window one time, and there was, like, you could see where all the shit had
Oh,
landed. It was
my
dehydrating. There was, like, skeletons of shit. And, like,
it was like skeleton shit yard?
Yeah, skeletons of shit yard.
Well, they can't all be, they're not
and
all
there was
solid.
Like, if I wiped my ass and there was a big chunk of shit, I'd throw it out the window. But if it was just a little bit of shit, I'd throw it in the waste paper basket. It's just a horrible way to live. But
you ever shard out the window and, like, just spray up the building?
No. It was all shits there and peas. I puked from doing coke. In that office, I had a table with a blanket on the floor, and I slept on the blanket on the floor. And under the table was my luggage.
That was it?
That was it. And I had a 1-800 number so people could call me. I ran a sports betting. And I had a regular phone that I could call out with long distance. That's it. There was no pictures on the wall.
And you're doing comedy then?
And I was doing comedy 2 blocks away at the Underground. And downstairs, Josh Wolf ran the bar.
Josh Wolf, I love Josh
El Lobo
Wolf.
Loco, Brody Stevens was living up there with his mother.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it was a fun pack. But one of my highlight memories was doing the Seattle comedy competition, and Sunday getting free tickets to a Seattle Seahawk game.
Yeah.
I forget against who. But here's 15 comics that have been competing against each other. Now we're all sitting together, smoking pot, eating hot dogs, talking shit.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there making a note that no matter what happens with comedy, at least I got this from comedy at one time in my life. You know, it was so much fun, that camaraderie.
And it's important to remember those little ass moments, man. All that shit's so fleeting, you know? It's especially now, it's like everything's so fast. Everything goes so fast because news is constantly being shoved in our face with social media and all this updating and posts. And it feels like moments are going by faster than they did before.